Most retirees are told that downsizing their home is the ticket to a worry-free retirement. But here's the reality. For Gen Xers, it's costing up to $24,000 a year, and that's just the beginning. Even more shocking, over half of Gen X regrets waiting to plan, with average losses stacking up to $100,000 or more, according to Cerulli Associates and the CFP board. If you retire with the wrong money, drains still clinging to your budget, your dreams could evaporate before you even get started. So what's really eating away the retirement you've worked decades to build? In the next few minutes, I'll reveal 5 hidden expenses almost no one talks about, and exactly what Gen X wishes they knew sooner, so you can sidestep the financial traps that have frustrated millions. And I'll show you step by step how to stop the money leaks now, with actual numbers and a free checklist you can use today. Ready to challenge everything you've been told about retirement planning? Let's get right into it. Let's bust a retirement myth right from the start. Most people believe retiring means finally adding the things they've long waited for. The travel, the time, the freedom. But true retirement success isn't about piling on more. It's about letting go. Especially of the financial anchors most Gen Xers don't even realize are holding them back. According to the CFP board, 43% of Gen Xers believe they had plenty of time to save, while 53% now wish they'd started planning sooner. The average Gen Xer is headed toward retirement with less than $100,000 saved, and 80% worry they'll have to downgrade their lifestyle. Why? Because 5 common, often overlooked expenses suck their savings dry, making their nest egg stretch far less than they thought. So right now, before we reveal these 5 money drains, comment below. What's the biggest expense you regret holding on to? Let's see what habits are holding back our Money Masters community. The first on the list is a classic: the oversized house. Myth. Downsizing always means cashing in big and reducing expenses. Reality. Today, with housing markets fluctuating, many retirees find that selling their primary house for, say, $500,000 doesn't leave them much ahead, especially if downsizing nearby costs $400,000 and comes with higher property taxes. Suppose you bought your home for $80,000 in the 1980s, and it's now worth $500,000. A huge jump, right? But if replacement options are scarce or expensive, the math gets murky. That's before even factoring in moving costs, new insurance taxes, and renovations for the new place, and property taxes. If you're moving within California, your new property taxes could nearly double under current law. The result? Some retirees spend 90% of their sale price just to get right back into a smaller, but not drastically cheaper home. Yet for those who plan ahead and look to downsize into more affordable areas, the payoff can be massive. Up to $10,000 a month sliced from expenses, freeing up as much as $120,000 a year. Imagine what that could do for your travel wish list or your healthcare peace of mind. Still, it's crucial to run the real numbers for your market. Here's what to do. Review your monthly maintenance, utilities, insurance, and property taxes. Compare your options, not just by price, but by total cost of ownership over 5 to 10 years. Use a tool like Zillow or Redfin to estimate sale and purchase values, and plug your scenario into a cost of living calculator like Smart Assets to see if a move actually benefits you. And remember, the goal of downsizing is not deprivation, it's optimization. If you want to be sure what to cut and what to keep, grab the free Retirement Expense Eliminator checklist linked down below. I'll talk more about that after our third point. Now, don't let fear of the unknown trap you. The longer you delay exploring your options, the more the housing market can shift against you. Let's move to the second big expense, one most people feel a little guilty admitting: ongoing financial support for adult children. Helping your kids financially, even in adulthood, won't really affect your own retirement because love comes first. The average retiree giving $2,000 a month to support adult kids bleeds out $24,000 a year. That's travel, entertainment, or even essential health care gone from your future. Think about it this way. If your kids have decades to recover from setbacks, do you want to spend your limited 1,000 weeks of retirement worrying about their apartment rent or car payment? According to the CFP board, many parents delay retirement or dip dangerously into their savings to provide for their children's living expenses, education, weddings, or homes. But the tough truth is, if you burn through your nest egg, you could become financially dependent on your children down the road, a situation no one wants. If completely cutting off support feels impossible, start by scaling back. Set a cap on total annual assistance based on your own cash flow and necessary retirement withdrawals. Work with your children to create a transition plan toward their full independence. Teach them to budget, build emergency funds, and use tools like You Need a Budget YNAB or Mint so they can take over their own expenses. And always make sure your giving doesn't force you to sacrifice the retirement activities or level of comfort you've worked for. Quick pulse check. If you've ever struggled to say no or felt pulled into supporting adults, type guilty in the comments. You're not alone, but it's time for a healthier balance. Third is a set of costs that sneaks up fast. The expensive toys. Boats, RVs, classic cars, motorcycles. Myth. Retirement is when you can finally enjoy your dream toys, and they hold their value, quality. These can be some of the priciest money drains in your entire budget. Let's look at how the numbers break down. Insurance for a recreational vehicle can run $800 or more per year. Storage for a boat might cost $2,000 to $4,000 annually, while a classic car needing maintenance could gobble up another $3,000 to $5,000 each year if restoration is involved. Multiply that by several toys and suddenly you're out $10,000 to $15,000 annually before you've even put gas in the tank. Unless you budgeted and planned, setting aside a specific toy allowance from your retirement savings. These expenses act like leaks in your financial boat, destabilizing your plan. The smart move. Pick one or two activities you'll truly use regularly. If your cross-country RV dream is locked in, scale back on keeping the classic car and motorcycle. Sell the rest before or early in retirement, while they still hold resale value, to boost your cash reserves, or even give your retirement investments a last-minute boost. Remember, a $15,000 annual expense compounded at a modest 5% over 10 years could grow to over $190,000 invested instead. That's a significant opportunity cost. For help tracking this, check out the Retirement Expense Eliminator checklist. Download link is in the description. It gives step-by-step guidance on how to tally up, assess, and offload these high-cost luxuries before they derail your finances. Before we push on, here's a quick recap of what we've covered. 1. Oversized homes don't always mean profit. Run your own numbers carefully. 2. Adult children's expenses can quietly gut your lifestyle potential. Set healthy boundaries now. 3. Expensive toys multiply hidden costs. Pick favorites and cash in the rest. Which of those has you rethinking your own plan? Share your pick in the chat. Now I want to pause for a quick sponsor message. But stick around, because after this break, I'll reveal why owning multiple cars can undermine your financial security and the hardest thing of all to let go, your old work identity. Today's video was brought to you by ZocDoc, a tool I genuinely recommend for managing your health as you age into and through retirement. Scheduling routine physicals and specialty appointments is fast and easy. ZocDoc. You just enter your insurance and zip code, then instantly compare verified doctors. Find your next appointment, sometimes same day, with highly rated practitioners. Don't wait until a health scare to prioritize well-being. Healthier retirees get to enjoy their freedom longer. Sign up at ZocDoc.com/Bordenero or click the link in the description. Below, full transparency. This video and all Money Masters content are for information only, not financial advice. Individual results always vary. Consult a licensed advisor for decisions related to selling property, changing beneficiary support, or evaluating your retirement strategy. Now let's get back to optimizing your retirement journey. So far, we've busted 3 common myths. And if you're already feeling lighter, picturing life without a house full of unused rooms, a budget weighed down by adult kids, or expensive toys rusting in storage, get ready. These next 2 are about reclaiming not just your money, but your time and identity. Fourth, let's talk about vehicles. Myth: retiring couples need to keep 2 or more cars out of habit comfort, or just in case, reality. Without the daily commute, most retirees can get by with 1 car, cutting their annual costs by thousands. Here's the math. AAA estimates average annual ownership costs: insurance maintenance, gas registration, depreciation. For a new car, top $12,000. Ditching just 1 vehicle in retirement could recapture $5,000 to $8,000 per year. Enough for a luxury trip or padding your emergency fund. Try a test run. Go a month or 2 on 1 vehicle, maybe rideshare bike or carpool for the odd conflict. If after 60 days you barely miss the extra car, you'll know it's time. Not only will you save money, but you'll spend less time managing maintenance, repairs, and insurance headaches too. Plus, 1 less possession means 1 less thing to worry about, freeing up headspace for your next adventure. Last but not least, and this is perhaps the most emotional and overlooked: money drain, your work identity. Myth: what you do in your career defines who you are in retirement. Reality: many retirees, especially after 30 to 40 years in a single field, struggle with no longer being Dr. Smith or VP Jones. Tying self-worth to your job title or daily routine not only leaves a void, can drive unnecessary spending as you search for purpose or reconnect with lost colleagues. Replacing work routine with meaningful goals is critical. Start by asking, does this habit or expense serve my new retired life? Or am I just hanging on because it's familiar? When you find yourself tempted to keep spending on the commute office clothes or daily lunches, pause and ask, if I let this go, what's possible now? Imagine redirecting the $2,000 a month you once spent helping adult kids, or the $5,000 per year for a second vehicle, or even the thousands embedded in old work habits into a travel fund, a new hobby, or a grandchild's education account. The sense of relief, financial and emotional, can be transformative. For practical support, the Retirement Expense Eliminator checklist walks you through these questions for every major spending category, making it simple to see where optimization, not deprivation, unlocks your freedom. And remember, retirement is less about subtracting joy and more about multiplying what matters. Don't retire to less, retire to better. And that brings me to 6 powerful retirement lessons from the Gen Xers. Critical advice for any age. Authority check. According to recent Cerulli Associates and CFP board reports, 66% of Gen Xers with a 401k have less than $100,000 saved. 4 out of 5 did expect their lifestyle to drop in. Retirement. Learn now so you don't repeat their regrets. First lesson: failing to plan leads straight to stress. Most people think retirement is an event you prep for someday, but as CFP board data shows, putting it off can result in chronic anxiety, poor decisions, and ultimately sacrifices you didn't expect. Second, many do better in life than money. 78% of Gen Xers are proud of their families, but only 37% are satisfied with retirement savings. Don't fall for the myth that family and health are the only measures of financial wellness. Third lesson: missed opportunities haunt you longest. About 1/3 of Gen Xers admit they failed to save or missed out on employer matches in their 20s or 30s. 29% overspent early in their careers. 27% took on too much debt, and 20% regret not investing in the stock market. Here's a curiosity loop. If you're under 40, what opportunity would you go back and reclaim? Drop it in the comments. Fourth lesson: beware of misconceptions. Like thinking credit cards are a good safety net. 23% thought so. Or that budgeting is for people struggling to make ends meet. 18% believed this. In reality, skipping a budget is one of the fastest ways to sabotage your future freedom. Fifth, life throws curveballs. Setbacks do happen. Whether it's 2008's real estate crash, a sudden layoff, or a health crisis, 57% of Gen Xers believe better planning would have lessened housing stress as costs soared, especially since income rarely keeps pace with living expenses. Build in margin with a robust emergency fund. Ideally, 6 to 12 months of expenses kept in a high-yield savings account. And here's a practical pattern break. Pause this video and screenshot the 6-lesson framework for yourself. Print it, put it on the fridge, and share it with someone you care about. Finally, the real damage. Mistakes add up over time. 35% of Gen Xers estimate those missed savings at investments, and lifestyle inflation have stolen $100,000 to $499,000 from their retirement accounts. 13% peg their losses over $500,000. Imagine your own retirement if all those wasted dollars were put to work. It's never too late to change, but you do need to act today. That's the spirit of Money Masters, and smarter, more intentional money moves starting right now. By learning from these lessons, optimizing your spending, and ruthlessly questioning what actually adds value, you put yourself on track for the retirement you truly deserve. Having that kind of control isn't luck. It's the result of acting on proven strategies, taking small steps consistently, and using the tools at your disposal. If you want the exact step-by-step walkthrough for this optimization process, and you still haven't, grab your free retirement expense eliminator checklist using the link below. It's been downloaded by thousands in the community, and it might just be the spark your future self thanks you for. Bonus pro tip. Automate your savings with a tool like Personal Capital or Empower. Use Mint or YNAB for monthly budgeting and schedule a quarterly review with a financial advisor to make sure you're trending where you want to be. Remember, not every expense cuts cleanly, but every dollar you let go multiplies your freedom later. So what would you do with one less money drain next year? Let me know, and let's make it happen together. So quick recap. The 5 biggest money drains for retirees are oversized housing, ongoing support for adult kids, expensive hobby toys, multiple vehicles, and clinging to your old work identity. We covered why each one is so costly, often adding up to $10,000, $24,000, or even $500,000 in lost value over the years, with statistics from the CFP board and Cerulli Associates reinforcing just how common these mistakes are. Your action steps. First, make a list of every major expense or possession you'll carry into retirement. This week, download and work through the Retirement Expense Eliminator checklist. The link is in the description and pinned comment below. Within the next 30 days, identify at least one money drain to let go or seriously downsize. Over 6 to 12 months, track how much you're saving and redirect those dollars into your emergency fund, travel fund, or investments. Use budgeting tools like Mint YNAB or Personal Capital to make this process automatic, and check in quarterly with a financial professional. It's one of the smartest returns on your time you'll ever get. You'll start to see more peace of mind in just a month as your monthly expenses shrink with bigger milestones, like a 5-figure boost to your investment accounts or travel budget. Over that first year, even small moves now can create exponential options for the future. If you found a single idea worth acting on, subscribe to Money Masters and turn on notifications, because my next video covers exactly which index funds and allocation strategies work best for pre-retirees. No hype, just numbers. And if you know someone stuck with their own financial anchors, share this video with them. Don't retire to less. Retire to better. Comment your top money drain below. I read and reply to as many as I possibly can, and our community gets stronger with every honest conversation, not financial advice. This channel is for educational purposes only. Please consult a licensed financial advisor before making personal decisions about selling property, altering major expenses, or changing your investment plan.